Welcome to another edition of the MMA Rundown. I'm Drew Shannon.
I'm Albert Cameron.
We have got another great show in store for you. Why don't you tell them what's coming up, Albert?
We got news. We got notes. We got the Rundown's Most Wanted with that intro you all love, counting down MMA's 10 biggest scumbags.
I love that intro.
Absolutely. We've got stuff that everyone loves.
All right. Well, that's all coming up next. Stuff that everyone loves. We're all going to get together and watch it because it's, I don't know. Anyways, it's the MMA Rundown. Stick around. Welcome back to the MMA Rundown. Albert, it's time for news and notes.
It's time for the news and notes. Let's get it started.
It's go time. Bellator CEO Bjorn Rebney is in Fortune magazine offering the advice to have thick skin, enlist your partner, and do what you love. Some sound advice.
Absolutely. Bjorn Rebney started Bellator to be this like exclusive niche market MMA thing. It was supposed to be directed towards the Latino market. Well, it didn't stay there. It was on ESPN Deportes. Now it's heading towards Spike TV. So Bellator really blew up in a really short period of time, and it's sustaining itself, which is huge. UFC back in 1993. We're coming up on the 20-year anniversary of the UFC next November.
Yeah, excuse me while I get my Geritol.
Exactly. So the UFC's had a much longer timeline to get to where they are. Bellator has had much shorter time. So if Bjorn Rebney is offering business advice, I'll be happy to listen to him.
There you go. UFC is talking about a longer TV deal with Fox. Is Fox the best thing to happen to UFC and ultimately MMA? What are your thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because UFC's on FX, Fuel TV, Root, and probably a couple other channels I don't even get.
Right.
But, there's any given time of the day I can turn on my TV and I can catch the UFC, which is awesome because right now the UFC has more exposure than boxing. It has more exposure than, more exposure than hockey. I think Fox is doing great things for the sport and for the UFC. I think it was an excellent move, and if they're able to get a 10-year deal out of it, I think they should, and we're all going to benefit as fight fans.
A little bit of a history lesson. ABC and ESPN were rumored to pick up the UFC deal in 2009. Today, ESPN has a deal with Legend FC. UFC is on Fox. World Series of Fighting is on NBC, and Bellator is headed for Spike TV.
2009 is whenever the first MMA boom dropped out. 2007, I think, was the apex of that. 2005 was the start. So 2009, everything kind of fell apart. We all lost interest. We all just didn't want to watch. But that's the charm of the UFC, is that they're able to endure. They're able to take the ebbs and flows. So I'm not sure how weighted that was. Dana White will say things about he's talking to so-and-so, he's talking to X, Y, he's talking to Z. But now UFC is on Fox, and a lot of these other networks are starting to pick up bigger shows. Another conversation that a lot of folks are having is who's Showtime going to pick up next now that Strikeforce is going out. CBS has dabbled in MMA before. I think this is going to get much bigger before we even start to see any sort of decline.
Welcome, my friends, to the renaissance of mixed martial arts on television. It's going to only get better from here.
Absolutely.
Complete devastation in Cage War veteran Jim Ehlers out of Cage Wars 51. Ivan Bushinger is in for Ehlers against Conor McGregor in Dublin, Ireland. What do you know?
Jim Ehlers has injured his hand, so he will not be fighting. I was talking to Noe Quintanilla at CDMMA 7, and he said, fighting Jim Ehlers, if Jim Ehlers wants to take your back, he's going to take it. There's no stopping him. So Jim Ehlers is one of those exciting up-and-comers. I think it's only a matter of maybe a year or two before we see Jim Ehlers on Bellator or the UFC, and it's awesome that we got to call his fight back when, but it's unfortunately he has a sort of injury. Hand injuries can really sort of nag because if you have a chronic hand injury, it's hard to punch and all that sort of stuff. Jim Ehlers is a submission specialist, but the dude can still throw. So let's hope that the hand injury isn't that bad and he's going to be able to recover from it quickly.
All right, coming up, segment number 2, the Rundown's Most Wanted. It's the year-end rundown. You won't want to miss that segment. It's coming up next on the MMA Rundown. Stick around. Welcome back to the MMA Rundown. It's time now for our first year-end segment, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the last show of the year, but this is the last time we're going to see the Rundown's Most Wanted for the year. So what better way to say, hey, thank you, Rundown's Most Wanted, than counting down MMA's 10 biggest scumbags.
Let's go to that intro that we love so much. Man, I love that intro.
Yeah. All right, well, let's start with number 10.
All right.
Number 10 is Chris, the crippler Chris Lieben. He hasn't done anything serious. The dude just likes to drink and drive, and that is bad.
Very bad.
Drinking and driving is bad all the time. So that's what got him on this list. He actually spent some time in Oregon. He was going to travel to Hawaii to train, and that just didn't happen for him because they don't let you train in Hawaii when you're in lockup.
Right. Number 9, Jason Mayhem Miller.
The first guy on the Rundown's Most Wanted for waking up naked in a church by the police.
Yep.
Again, not so bad, but it's still a place of worship that is sacred to folks. That kind of makes you a little bit of a scumbag.
Number 8, Renato Babalu Sobral.
That dude is a thug. Babalu is just a straight up.
Tell us
thug.
how you really feel, Albert.
I am being honest. Like if I were to pass Babalu in a alleyway somewhere, first I'd say, "Sir, please stop hitting me," and then I'd be afraid to call the cops because I'd just get hit again.
Right.
Oh, and so you guys know there are some offenses we can tell you about. Some of them we just can't because they're kind of serious. But we're gonna try to find the lighter side of things.
All right. Number 7, Rico Suave Rodriguez.
The crime should really be using the nickname of Suave. Yeah, but and he's also been on like Dr. Drew's Celebrity Rehab, and the mugshots we're showing you guys really aren't flattering anybody. But the dude just had such a negative attitude about life in MMA when he was training with Team Punishment, and so that's what got him on the list.
All right, number 6, War Machine. And we're not talking about the Iron Man character.
We're not talking about Don Cheadle. We're talking about John Copenhaver, who legally changed his name to War Machine. He would go on these tangents on the internet and on his blog, just saying absolute nonsense. I can't remember what exactly got him locked up. It was either assault or drunk driving, but... It was a mess. The dude is a mess. The dude really needs to get his life back in order, and I hope he does rather quickly.
All right, number 5, Dean Thomas.
You know what Dean Thomas got in trouble for?
Can we talk about it?
We can.
Okay.
Because he was running unsanctioned underground fights.
Oh.
Which...
We don't like Dean Thomas.
No. And unsanctioned underground fights, that is taking everything we've worked for. Everything that we've done to try to get the sport sanctioned. And it is just vomiting all over it. You know, Dean Thomas, like, you know, you were a sanctioned mixed martial arts fighter. You have had several state athletic commissions have to grant you licenses, and you went and did that. You know, like it's not hard to get a promoter's license. I don't think he's ever going to get a promoder's license after doing that.
I wouldn't think so.
No, but that's why Dean Thomas is on the list.
All right, number 4, Quentin Rampage Jackson.
Have you ever played Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what the point of that game is?
Yeah.
To drive around and cause mayhem.
Yeah.
That's what Rampage did. A lady actually miscarried because she almost got hit by Rampage.
Oh.
Yeah. And
that's
like
bad.
He's like, I don't know if it was from Chuck Liddell, like, you know, wrestling his Jimmy so many times by punching him in the head, but you know, Rampage kind of went off the deep end and kind of went GTA on whatever city he was in.
Wow. All right, try to recover from that one.
Yeah.
Number 3, Hermes Franca.
I need to tell you guys that number 3, 2, and 1 are on the top list of don't ever hang out with these guys ever because they're the worst of the worst. Like these are the 3, like we can't talk about what they did because it's so serious. So, you know, Hermes Franca, your mugshot looks awful, and I hope you spend a ton of time in prison, and I'll never pay to see you fight.
Number 2, Mike Whitehead.
Mike Whitehead was on season 2 of The Ultimate Fighter, and he's another one of those guys that, you know, I'm not going to condone prison justice, but I might look the other way for a brief moment. Nah.
And number 1, Joe, yes, I'm the guy famous for getting punched in the groin, son.
Random task on Austin Powers.
Random task from Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
And when you see the mugshot, because we'll see it after this is taped, once you see the mugshot, that dude's life is going to heck in a pretty little handbasket, which is more than the guy deserves. And there's just a special place in the afterlife for that guy where he's going to be sitting on a bunch of pitchforks, and he will deserve it. So there you go. The Rundown's Most Wanted 10 Biggest Scumbags, brought to you by Drew and I.
All right, fighters, you keep breaking the rules, we'll keep calling you out on them. Coming up, our Spotlight fight, featuring the third and final round of Andrew Osborn versus Tyler Superman Combs from CD MMA 6 in Clearfield, Pennsylvania. That's next on the MMA Rundown.
Have you ever feared this happening? Or been annoyed when something like this has happened? One product can fix that. Secure Connect. Secure Connect keeps a retaining force against the plug, keeping it secured into the wall. You simply place each half of Secure Connect behind the plate, clip them around your cord, and push the yoke against the plug. That's it. You can use Secure Connect almost anywhere. Secure Connect provides the security you need with plugged-in electrical devices, and Secure Connect has earned the Good Housekeeping seal of quality. Every home in America needs Secure Connect. Order yours today. It's the MMA Rundown on ABC 23, and now it's time for the MMA Rundown Spotlight fight.
All right, Drew, we're getting ready to go into round 2. Oh, Osborn's looking to mess somebody up.
Osborn is...
But even talking to Combs, though, Drew, before the fight, Combs is on a completely different wavelength. I don't think that affects him as much as Osborn hoped it did.
I don't know. Osborn trying to intimidate Combs, definitely
I don't think
a
it's
psych-out
working.
move.
Oh, the fists are flying. Oh, then what an interesting technique that was.
Ooh,
Combs, again, going to the ground.
See them elbows.
The corner's calling for elbows, Drew. And Combs has an arm.
And Osborn not having any of it.
No. Drew, I think Osborn has effectively gone into beast mode. I don't know. I don't think Combs is in a good spot right now, again, but Combs could turn the fight around incredibly easily.
That stomp and growl intimidated me, not so much Combs, I don't think.
I'm glad I brought a change of jeans, actually. All right, right now we got a ground war. Tyler Combs is looking to defend. Those shots are coming out hard from Osborn.
That they are.
Whoa! Oh, my God!
That just rocked Osborn!
Oh! Those
Combs firing back like a man possessed!
We got a slugfest in Clearfield tonight!
Now it's on!
Tyler Combs and Andrew Osborn. Osborn looking for that takedown again. Combs is having no of it. And what they're doing is, Drew, they are scoring incredibly valuable points in the judges' eyes.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was fast and furious there for a while.
All right, Osborn's got the top mount.
Fans calling for ground and pound right now.
Oh!
That's what he's going to do.
Referee Bookwater could stop this fight at any time, Drew. If Combs does not start answering those strikes.
Combs has got to get out of this at some point. He's got to try to answer, like you said.
Now, Osborn's corner is telling him he's getting too high. Oh, we got a figure 4 body lock, Drew. Drew, one incredible night of fights tonight in Clearfield.
I'm telling you what.
Complete devastation continues to exceed expectations every event.
If this keeps up, we're not getting out of the. We're not going to see a third round tonight.
Oh no. Combs does look a little fatigued, but he doesn't look panicked. Oh, Osborn is just.
Watch, Billy, watch. Watch the leg. Watch the leg.
All right, Combs could have a leg lock here, Drew.
All right, let's see what we got.
Oh.
Watch your leg. Triangle.
Wow.
What an incredible back and forth fight, Drew. All right, now Combs just threw an elbow from the guard. I haven't seen anyone win a fight like that before, but you never know. Combs is keeping Osborn close to his body to keep him from posturing and unleashing that vicious ground and pound again.
Elbow, Tyler.
Oh, those short elbows, Drew.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for Combs' head to go to recoil from those strikes.
Exactly. This isn't like a wrestling ring or anything like that where it has bounce. This cage has no give.
This cage is unforgiving.
It's fierce. I've seen actual pro wrestlers get into the cage and try to do a slam or whatnot, and they have testified that cage has no give whatsoever.
All right, Bookwater standing the fight up. Combs again.
Here we go.
Rob Lynn from roblynn.org did correct me. He has seen fights win from elbows on the ball. Oh! That was a football tackle, Drew.
We'll get to that in just a second, but oh my God.
Like I was saying, Rob Lynn from roblynn.org has seen fights end from the bottom with elbow strikes. I must have missed that fight, I guess.
Was he listening to you?
He was.
Apparently.
Rob Lynn has got eyes all over this cage.
I'll
Eyes
tell
and
you
ears,
what, he's
man.
got eyes and ears.
And that's why he gets all these beautiful shots.
Exactly.
All right.
You don't get paid the big bucks if you don't.
No. If you're missing action like this, you're not taking pictures for Complete Devastation Mixed Martial Arts.
And I'll tell you what, if you fans are not here, if you're watching this on DVD right now, you've got to check out Complete Devastation when we come to a town near you.
If you see a Complete Devastation post and you're thinking you're not going to go, you need to start kicking yourself right away.
Most definitely.
I don't know if the DVDs, Drew, can accurately translate what we're watching right now.
I mean, the DVDs will translate some of the action, but you have to experience it live.
Absolutely.
All right, so what do we have going on here now?
Okay, right now Combs has got an excellent ground defense. Osborn wants to stand and throw with him.
10
or
seconds.
even get him down for that ground and pound.
We are going to go to a third round.
All right, Drew, they're going to let it go. Oh!
Whoa!
Oh, saved by the...
Wow! Somebody call Screech and Zach. He was saved by the bell.
Rob Lynn, of course, did just get his judo black belt. He was working on his jiu-jitsu black belt. Congratulations, Rob.
This is it, third and final round. I don't think we've seen a fight tonight go into the third round.
This fight, Drew, is an absolute barn burner.
All right, if this goes to the third, if this goes all the way to the end, who are you going to?
Oh, don't even ask me to score it. I can't. don't even ask.
This is definitely going to be a difficult thing to score.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. This fight's incredible. The hand movement, the head movement's great. Those kicks are to legs, and those legs have to hurt. Oh, head kick from Osborn. Charlie Gather's telling Andrew Osborn to get some distance to make those strikes more effective.
Misses with that kick.
Back spin kick from Osborn.
No effect, though, on Combs.
Excellent. Oh, that's excellent head movement from Combs.
Definitely.
Oh! Drew, if you cannot stand, you cannot throw effective strikes. Tyler Combs knows this.
That is going to hurt. He's going to feel that in the morning.
Oh.
If not within the next few minutes.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's going to ice when he goes to the back of the back.
Oh, there's no doubt. Might kick a little too close to the groin area, I think.
I mean, the upper thigh close to the groin area is a good spot to strike. It's just the opportunity to strike the groin is just a little great, too big for some fighters. Drew, both these fighters are going to light up any second here, and it's going to be explosive.
We've seen it happen.
Oh, jumping knee from Osborn.
We've seen it happen before.
Oh, absolutely.
In this bout, where they've just exploded with a series of shots. Will we see it again, Albert?
Quite possibly. Dwan Owens is an excellent example of taking his time in the earlier rounds and then just absolutely uncorking in the later.
Okay, but that's not Dwan Owens.
No, I'm saying is that we've seen it before. We've seen it in Complete Devastation before.
I was going to say, do you get it confused?
No. Dwan Owens is a Southern MMA fighter. You were saying, can we see this? We have seen it before.
Oh, we have seen it before, yeah.
In the case of Dwan Owens. I don't think Combs wants to stall right here, Drew. I think both these guys want to stand.
If you're going to win this...
If Combs hold him, the referee Bookwater can't stand the fight up.
You don't want this to go to the judges.
No, absolutely not. Neither of these guys wants this fight to go to the judges. Osborn's knees caught in the trunks of Combs there.
I don't have a good vantage point as to what was going on there earlier, but
both these guys have to be exhausted.
Oh, definitely.
Almost a topside triangle choke.
All right, Combs has a hold of Osborn's arm.
Drew, it is quite possible that Combs is going to be able to pull off a Kimura lock. The same lock that broke Elio Gracie's arm by Japanese judoka Kimura. That Kimura is lethal. I have seen it break ligaments and limbs.
Now let's see what happens here.
Combs has got Osborn in the full guard. Gathers calling for elbows from Osborn. Drew, those elbows, you bet Combs' ears are ringing right now. His head is rattled.
Albert, we have 2 minutes left in this round.
If
they're going to do...
Oh!
If they're going to try to win the fight, they're going to try it now.
Head up and throw punches. Head up and throw punches.
Combs wants to keep Osborn against chest to keep him from posturing for the ground and pound.
Head up and throw punches. Posture up and throw punches.
If Osborn gets to his base, Drew, those strikes are going to hurt.
Definitely, this could be it. If that happens. Minute and a half left in this bout.
The strikes to the head, the strikes to the body, it's all been so intense tonight.
Push his head and throw an elbow. Hammer. Dig deep, Billy. Got a minute and a half, baby.
Charlie Gathers telling Osborn to dig deep.
Watch your arm.
Osborn is again returning to the Pennsylvania area to Philly from North Carolina.
Let's go, Philly.
Philly is his hometown. He loves it. All
Once
right,
again-
Drew. Combs is pulling up his legs. He's either looking for an omoplata shoulder lock or for a triangle choke submission. Or he could be trying to hold Osborn there so that the referee stands the fight up.
All right, 45 seconds left. If this keeps up like this, it's going to go to the judges.
Oh, and again, neither of these guys wants that fight to go to the judges.
That's why I'm an announcer. I don't judge.
Exactly.
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 It's unbelievable.
Head out, punches. Back up.
Okay, the fight's getting up.
All right,
We
here
have a
we
very short
go.
time to end it, Drew. Can they pull off the finish?
10 seconds. This is it. Oh, my God. Here we go.
Both these guys are leaving it out in the case tonight, Drew. What a slugfest. Oh!
That's it.
What an incredible fight between
We're going to the judges for the official decision.
the Superman versus Osborn. The judges' decisions are coming in right now, Drew.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges have rendered their official decision. Judge Colflesh scores this bout 30-27. Judge Kruska scores this bout 30-27. And Judge Dorita scores this bout 30-27. Your winner by unanimous decision in the red corner,
Andrew Osborn getting a win over the Superman. Again, I did not envy the judges in that decision whatsoever. That fight was so hotly contested. Excellent job by Intimidation Clothing fighter Andrew Osborn pulling out the victory. Drew's going to get some words with the victor of the fight. The only fight tonight to go the distance so far. Rob Lynn from roblynn.org getting some great shots of the fight. He does wedding sports events. If you need a picture taken, go to roblynn.org.
All right, Andrew. Hell of a fight, man. I'll tell you what, you were the kryptonite to the Superman. How you feeling?
Feel great, man. Feel great.
What's next for you?
Not sure yet.
All right. What do you think of Clearfield?
Awesome. I love his name.
All right, fantastic. Let you catch your breath and go cool down. Congratulations. Andrew Osborn, everybody. Unbelievable.
Welcome back to the MMA Rundown. It's time to dip into the mailbag and see what's doing.
This week's email is from Mac in Phillipsburg. Drew, what does Mac ask?
Drew and Albert, how much longer do you think it will be before MMA finally puts boxing out of business? My opinion, not too much longer. I don't know. It's just you hear more and more about MMA fights and you hear less and less about boxing.
I don't think MMA is going to put boxing out of business. I think boxing is going to put boxing out of business. I really do. You think about the MMA fights we watch. We have TV shows, we have magazines, we have websites, all this stuff dedicated to bring the intelligent fan information about MMA. Tell me any informational show like the MMA Rundown that boxing has. Tell me what websites you go to get information on boxing. Exactly. It is so hard to follow boxing because it's so hard to get to know the guys' names. the good fights that would get you interested in boxing to buy a pay-per-view aren't on TV. It's not on ESPN. And by the time you do get to catch a good fight, it's been off pay-per-view for 10 years, and you're finally seeing Tyson beat McNeely. It's just awful, Max. So the question is, how much longer before boxing fades into obscurity? I don't think it's ever going to really forever go away, but I think we're all just going to watch MMA so much that boxing is it's going to be an afterthought. So maybe 2-3 years?
Maybe something like that.
Something like that.
We'll have to wait and see. Thank you, Mac, for your question. You can submit your questions to hosts at the MMARundown.com right here. And we've got a question for you fans that you can respond to. If you had to choose between watching MMA or boxing forever until the end of time, amen, which would it be? And how close would the decision be?
I think there are a lot of boxing fans out there. I think they try to enjoy all combat sports. I think it's going to be interesting to get the responses back.
All right. And that's going to do it for this edition of the MMA Rundown. Thank you to Friendly's in Altoona for the support.
Absolutely. After the show, go to Friendly's.
Most definitely.
Their food is awesome.
And if the Mayans were right... Well, you know what? Before we get to that, hang on just a second. I got a special guest here. Got to come on the set. This here is my daughter, Angelina, and she'll
Hi.
be celebrating her 11th birthday this Friday. So I think is a special treat. We're going to feature her on the MMA Rundown and wish her a happy birthday.
How old are you going to be?
11.
I just said she's gonna be 11.
You got a job? Are you employed? You trying to take my job? Is that what you're trying to do? You got a ringer? You're bringing a ringer on the show?
I'll hold her back. She's going to play wasting.
Well, if the Mayans are right, Drew, it's been fantastic hosting the Rundown with you. Angelina's very happy birthday, but
that's also why I brought her on, because this would be her only chance to... You've been on TV before, haven't you?
So
Yes, a lot.
So for this being our last episode ever, we'll see you next week.
Merry Christmas.